British bank shares have endured a disastrous morning, their values dive-bombing. A reaction to the news that all the major high street banks are asking the government for money. Worst hit was the Royal Bank of Scotland, at one point its share price plunging by 2/3 before rallying slightly to post a loss of 30%. Lloyds TSB shares were also down by 20% and Barclays had dropped 12% by mid-morning. What the banks want is for the government to inject tens of billions of pounds, perhaps as much as 50 billion, by buying shares, thus allowing them to bring in much-needed capital. This was discussed at a meeting with the Chancellor last night, prompting the plunge when the markets opened.
This morning activity was quite devastating because it has been a complete and utter surprise to the market that the British banks need funding as early as they do. They did expect that there would be at least 6 months before they need to go back for additional funding. The fact they went back today means that the banking system in the UK is a lot worse than we had expected.
The free fall in bank shares this morning follows huge losses yesterday as the financial crisis continues to grip markets around the world. And it intensifies the pressure on Alistair Darling, who's in Luxembourg this morning for an emergency meeting of EU finance ministers. But the Treasury won't be rushed into action. It acknowledged this morning that government intervention to buy bank shares would reduce the value of those held by existing shareholders. Even so, it is an option being seriously considered. In a statement, it said,
"The Treasury continues to monitor the situation very closely and will take whatever action is necessary. And if it's judged that action needs to be taken quickly, then we will, as we have done in recent weeks."
Yet the Treasury is having to cope with the breathtaking speed of developments. This morning, the Icelandic internet bank IceSave stopped depositors withdrawing their cash following the nationalisation of its parent company Landsbanki. Iceland's financial authorities have reassured domestic savers that their money is safe, but that guarantee does not extend to the 300,000 British savers with the bank. Only around £16,000 is protected, the rest would have to be claimed from the British compensation scheme. With bad financial news seemingly never-ending, it further dents the wider economy. Today, the British Chambers of Commerce says Britain is already in recession, and it's calling for a half-point cut in interest rates on Thursday.